First man out on the stage. This is Ferenc Gurkovic for Hungary to get us underway. So Ferenc Gurkovic, 201 kilos on the bar for the Hungarian, who at the halfway stage finds himself down in 5th place. So gets 201 kilos and secures his total there. Goes to the top of the leaderboard with a total of 376, which surpasses everybody who participated in the B group earlier today, including the likes of Sergei Tajirov of Ukraine, who had 372 and was the top performer in that division. And just a little bit of notice to bring to you. Roman Konstantinov of Russia, who failed all 3 attempts in the snatch, has decided to call it a day and not come out for the clean and jerk. I imagine quite naturally completely dejected.
Absolutely, I would think so.
So looking at the weights here, opening weights, well, the man who's in the lead, that's Kg C+J of Russia, 220, and that is the superior opening weight that's posted. So if I have a look at the other men here who are closest to him, Aldzeev in the bronze medal, 205, so that's well down, and Makavariani, 210, that's 10 down there. So Arkayev doesn't have to set the world alight. He just needs to make the lifts to get the title. Yeah,
although I have a feeling maybe he'll do that, you know, for an opener, but I think they're going to open the throttle, don't you? I mean, he'll get one on the board, but I don't think they're going to just let him coast, pick the title, go home.
But Riggott knows that the objective of the exercise is you get the championship title first, and then you go for glory. So, nobody wants anything around about 205 at the moment. Mikhail Aldzeev was the man who posted 205 at his opener, but I can tell you he's gone to 210. And that means that the Hungarian, who was 9th in Europe last year and clean and jerked 195 kilos in the World Championships, 198 in the Europeans, continuing to make a bit of progress here in what for him is a bit of a comeback, albeit at the age of 31.
Yeah.
And this is all about getting ready for Paris, the World Championships in November, to try and get points for Hungary to earn at least a place for one Hungarian in the men's division and at least one Hungarian woman to get to the Olympic Games in London. Second attempt, 205, 4 kilo increase to take him up to 380.
A fairly rugged clean, and you could see an even more challenging jerk. Not really there at all. A couple things maybe to watch for too, a little different in this clean. You'll notice he cleans, he racks the bar on his fingertips. Watch when the bar ends up getting positioned on his chest, just be on the tips of his fingers. See that? That's okay. A lot of lifters do that. Given their build, it might be easier on their elbow joints to do that. Now he's going to get set, dip, drive, and the jerk's not even close. The bar should have gone up, the body down, and the arm should have on complete extension held the barbell overhead.
And if you are just joining us, just to re-emphasize, there are one or two people who we might have hoped to have seen here. Most notably the Polish lifter Marcin Dowenga, who is the world champion, total up 415 in Antalya. He's getting ready for the Paris World Championships. Dmitry Klokov, who was the European silver medalist, but when Adamov of Belarus was disqualified, effectively promoted up to the gold medal, and he got the silver behind Dawenga in Antalya. When I say behind, actually he got beaten on bodyweight. They both had 4:15, and Vladimir Smochkov, very experienced. He took the bronze. He was 10 kilos off those front two. And again, it highlights that even though Konstantinov has gone out of the competition, you've got a KF here, you've got potentially Klokov also in here. There's a lot of Russian strength at this particular weight category, and you know, it's going to be a real fight to get the place, to get the selection.
And another top guy, Dmitry Labakov, we mentioned earlier, will be lifting tomorrow as a super heavyweight, but another top Russian who had been in this class.
So Gurkovic coming out for his third and final attempt, and trying to get to 380. That would be 10 kilos up on what he was doing last year when he came back into action.
See if he can rebound from that second attempt. He fell prey to this sort of instinctive reaction a lot of us will have, which is when you get the bar starting to get it overhead, you lean back and you try to turn it into an incline, standing incline press. Not what you want to do. Watch this when he jerks it. He should be driving it up and himself under it, and he's going to lay back and almost kind of try to press it out.
So Mr. Babian on 170 kilos. So this is quite a way off our KF, and in a sense pretty difficult to see him getting into the overall medal shout here. He's got to make every one of the three. And just looking at the sort of performance record, 218 in the World Championships, 216 in the Europeans last season. He was making most of his lips last year, you know, 4 out of 6.
Was very close to the knee. Shaky power jerk. Power jerk, the difference is you've noticed most of the lifters split under it.
Yeah, that was never going to be a good lift.
But on the replay too, David, I don't know if you saw it or felt the same way. It looked to me like that right elbow was getting pretty close to the knee, which would have been basis for DQing the lift. Not that it's a help, but it's a rule. No, he's got more air there than I thought. But now watch the power jerk. He should be driving it up and then going down to about a quarter squat position, catching it on outstretched arms. And part of it, I think, is he's got rotten lockout, I think, which is making it look even worse.
Yeah, but Randy was a million miles away from locking those arms up.
Acting as his attorney on, on air. Yeah, no, let's see in the next attempt.
Well, in that case, no defense.
I was going to say get a new attorney, right?
Now, Plesniks, promising young man from Latvia, junior world champion, and 210, trying to add this to his 170, so for 380, which would put him up to the top of the table. Not the easiest of cleans, but strong enough overhead if he holds still.
Yeah. He came pretty much to a dead stop at the bottom of the clean. Ideally, you don't do that. Ideally, you do what's called catch the bounce so that you can rebound and use some of that energy to help you stand up. His legs are strong enough he was able to overcome the weight of the bar. So he basically stops, stands up. Pretty good jerk load, don't you think? I mean, especially the fact that he didn't just fly up.
Yeah, on the evidence of what we've just seen there, if he can make the clean and make it, with economy, then he's going to have a chance to use that jerk. But it's all going to be about the clean for him. And now here's Audzeev, a man who's got a bronze medal already, 3 out of 3, going for 4 out of 4, 210 here for Audzeev. So this is to take him on to 391 to, in a sense, consolidate his position as a medal contender for the overall podium. Very nice.
See press out. You know, I was going to get a little ahead of myself and say maybe also send a message back home that there's more than one 105 in town, you know, Belarus. But this, now we're going to see press out. You can see that when he drives the bar up on the jerk and his body under, it doesn't go to full extension. He tries to lock it out by pressing. Even if he'd managed to keep the bar aloft, it would have been turned down. It's got to go to complete extension. Dips, drives. It's just really soft at the top, and then it gets worse, and you see the arms locking out and then unlocking.
Kornel Szekil for Poland, and also opening up on 210. So this will bring him up to 384, and that again would put him into first place.
Well, now, see, there's an example. It's the opposite of what we were just talking about, Julius, prior to this. Ample leg strength. Standing up this weight was no problem whatsoever, but, you know, it wasn't enough for him to do what he needed to do on the jerk. So you need to have all the pieces of the puzzle. Watch how easy it is for him to stand up, almost effortless. But now watch the jerk.
So there's a pretty high percentage of red going onto this board here. And this is Babayan's second attempt. And this time, press out.
No, I was pointing, I'm sorry, David. I was pointing his elbows because it doesn't have full extension.
Well, one of the judges
saw that. I agree with that, but I think if he came out and did the thing, here's how far my arms straighten, people would see that they, A, do not hyperextend, and B, most likely, don't even go to full extension. So let's watch them. Arms only have to go as far as they actually go, okay? And I think actually his arms don't fully extend, okay? Now, there's some wiggle there. There was wiggle in that arm, but he doesn't have great lockout. How am I doing as his attorney?
I'll tell you what, his shirt sleeves were a little low as well. They should have been up it a bit more.
He wants him to cover the elbows, hide the evidence.
Aldzeyev now. Second attempt. These first attempt failures are getting pretty crucial because they are actually diminishing Aldzeyev's chance of going for the overall podium on us. So that's going to put him right into first place.
It's good he made a correction. He missed that opener. He had gotten off to a good start. Missed the jerk on his first attempt. Takes care of business now.
391 his total. And just to put that into perspective, as you see, this second phase, strong push, brings the feet in line, legs are straight, in control, 391. But even though he's got one more attempt left, this is a category where if you look all the way down from 2010 all the way back to 1998, this has been one, well, the lowest total was 402.5, and that was in 1998. These days, you're looking for 420, 410, 411 at least. Well, I think there's a press out there. What do you think?
Yeah, it's at least what I would euphemistically call soft.
Well, 2-1 in his favor, but
yeah, that's the soft. They went with the soft interpretation. And once again, it's reminiscent of the first attempt. Stands up, ample leg strength, but doesn't quite get the power where it's supposed to be for the jerk. Okay, look, doesn't slow him down at all to stand up, dip, drive. Pop. Watch the right arm, I think, especially.
Well, he gets it, and on we move to Poland's other competitor, Mr. Bonk, who found himself into 4th place at the halfway stage. So opening up here on 2:11. So this is going to take him to 391, and he is lighter than Alzair for Belarus. So this for the lead. But once again, there's another lifter, Randy, who made the clean the first phase look pretty difficult, but then once he got it onto his shoulders, there was absolutely nothing wrong with the jerk there. 3 white lights.
That was a great jerk. Watch how he takes it, inhales, takes a deep breath, raises his chest, makes it solid as he's getting set for the jerk. You'll see it here in a second. That's so that he's not going to waste any energy on the drive by having a mushy upper body. Here it is, he's set, he's rigid, boom. All the power from the leg drive is going to go through his torso, delivered to the bar.
So now the top of the order, 391 for Bartłomiej Bonk of Poland, lighter body weight ahead of Alzair, who's on 391, and then Shaquille of Poland now on 384, and Makavariani and Akayev and Torukhti yet to start the challenge. Now, Torukhti, who can do sort of 220, 224 at his best, and that could bring him into this. Just having a look at Torukhti on the board, he's got, that's 215 still there for his opener. And this is Makavariani, 210 he posted originally, 213 is where he's opening now. 213 to add to the 183. So 396 and the lead if he gets it, representing Georgia, of course. That's a good start to the second half by him.
Pretty effortless, clean, I would say, and he's using the bar well at the beginning of the jerk.
And he's in the sort of territory that we haven't seen him in now for 5 years, when he was finishing in 7th place in 2006 in the World Championships in, I think 2006 was Santo Domingo. The
World Championships in the sauna.
Absolutely. A hall without air conditioning.